time to get grimy.
Well, what do you know? Another edition of Spectrum Vida. Here we are. I'm Alex Ramirez. Alongside me is Albert Cita. If I remember last week, we did have another guy in the middle here, Guillermo Cita.
Yeah, Guillermo Cita, but again, it's the duel.
He has responsibilities
Yeah.
of his own. He's a lot more.
I don't know if we're lucky or unlucky that we don't have that much responsibilities.
Yeah, let's just say we're not living the bachelor life. But
Yeah.
Guillermo does have outside family responsibilities to take care of. No blaming him in there for that. So, Spectrum Vida, sports, entertainment, lifestyle, whatever we find entertaining, we're going to talk about. I want to know, Albert, did your heart drop when you heard the big news about Harrison Ford?
Oh, dude.
Crash landed a plane in near Santa Monica Airport.
I've been slowly telling my family about a big thing that's been going on in my life because I used to be the biggest Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
But I hate to break it. For some reason, I'm losing interest. I'm not fully out of it yet, but I'm not going to lie to you. When I scroll down on that TMZ website,
yeah,
my heart skipped just a... I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, not right now.
Yeah.
I cannot take this right now. Harrison Ford, you better be okay.
Yeah, I think the collective hearts are not only like nerds, but moviegoers everywhere.
Oh, man.
I mean, it goes without saying the resume for this guy has probably one of the biggest stars, box office wise, in the history of film. I mean, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. Was kind of lucky that he did crash land his vintage 1940s World War II plane onto a golf course near Santa Monica Airport. I thought it was completely ironic that there were a bunch of doctors playing golf that were able to attend to him. But words reporting,
if you're in a crash somewhere, might as well crash somewhere where there's doctors, right?
What else doctors going to do in LA besides play golf, right?
Yeah.
So I think did suffer many injuries, but from appears to be on the mend.
Yeah.
So it looks good. Our thoughts are also to Harrison Ford because, I mean, the man, I know the man, the work he's done personally.
Yeah.
He's personally responsible for hours upon hours of entertainment in my life. Yeah. I'm sure in yours.
And I don't want to be that guy. But that would have been a way to go out, though. I'm just saying. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad he's perfectly fine. But tell me, like Harrison.
But
that's how a boss goes out.
Yeah, especially that kind of airplane too. So yeah, again. So also the biggest news, I guess, for me personally, because I'm a huge Batman fan, like you are Star Wars. Yeah. I'm a huge Batman fan. Was Jared Leto cutting his hair and bleach blonding his hair in early preparation for the role of Joker, which is coming out in 2016.
So you're more familiar with the different Jokers out there. So obviously he's going for that slick Joker look,
which is a little more modern than it used to be. Yeah,
and maybe they'll do just like a hint of green because I don't know if I never seen a platinum blonde Joker.
No, I think it's easier to dye the hair when it's bleach blonde, so I think they'll do like obviously green
it's just a blank canvas.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll say it's kind of like because remember we saw him, he had the long hair, and the Jesus beard going. I guess it was a kind of a big shock, and he did show up like Jealous Ass and was a Paris Fashion Week right after taking selfies everywhere. So that should be kind of cool. And people kind of freaking out. It's just a haircut, But I mean, when it's a role as iconic as the Joker has become, people are gonna, it's just like Batman. People freaked out when Ben Affleck was named Batman. Oh yeah, Joker's on that same status. He's the only villain I think in all of any comic book, Marvel or DC,
it's the only
right?
villain I respect.
Yeah,
other than Juggernaut, that's the only villain I respect, and they like botched Juggernaut.
Yeah. Because I mean, this is the only time when a villain actually takes place over the hero. So, so speaking of Harrison Ford in movies, last week we talked about the Oscars, and we agreed or not with the choice of Best Picture, which I think we all kind of agree because in the look at our skin, of course we're gonna go for Alejandro Inarritu. But I kind of brought the talk of movies that you love that are kind of generally disliked by the most people. Yeah. So did you bring a list of some movies you liked?
No, because I think
you have impeccable taste or what?
Yeah,
everybody likes your taste.
But I did want to bring up Cable Guy. Yeah. I mean, that's
a great one. I didn't even think about that one. Yeah.
People really give me a hard time.
Yeah.
That I love that movie.
Yeah.
And you say what you want. I watch that movie maybe twice a month. But I love it. I think Ben Stiller did a good directing job. I think Jim Carrey did a good acting.
Yeah.
I love the music. The soundtrack is really good. I mean, I think people really underrate that soundtrack.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I want to bring this one up because, I mean, people give me hell for this. I mean, they're like,
Cable Guy?
Really, bro? That almost ruined everyone's career. Yeah. And I was like, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, I think it's very
I
like it. Very super. I think because Jim Carrey was people used to see him talk out of his butt.
Yeah.
This is not the Jim Carrey I like. This is Ace Ventura. So yeah, that's actually a great choice. One of our correspondents, Big Game, Alan Jackson, wanted to take part in this. He gave us a list of his movies that he loves that he got heat for. Just kind of surprised. Stranger Than Fiction, I believe, starring Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
which I liked.
I hate it.
You hate it? I like that movie.
Doesn't Queen Latifah come out in it?
Yeah, small part.
I hate it.
Love Jones. I'm not too sure what that one is.
Yeah, that one went.
Long Kiss Goodnight, which I believe is starring Jeannie Davis and Samuel Jackson, kind of an obscure action movie. And he last one, the Little Drummer Boy, the old claymation one.
Oh my gosh, did he really just say the Little Drummer Boy?
Yeah, I guess he did. Yeah,
I used to fall asleep. I used to hate that. My mom used to be like, "Oh, the Christmas specials are on," and like she'll put it on for us.
Yeah,
but I would fall asleep. Those things are boring.
Your brother, what do you think he would have said? Guillermo Cita. Well,
I don't know if he could think that back because I think if you go look at his DVD selection now, you got nothing but Disney movies up in there. You got Lion King, Lion King 2, yeah. So I'm not sure what he would say, but he likes a lot of those Disney movies. True. So. Yeah. I don't know. Rapunzel. I don't know.
I personally, for me, I'm going a little more deeper in the film aesthetics of stuff. The art house films. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Andrew Dominik, who is the director of The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Yeah, and of course, Kill Them Softly. Two movies with people I think generally dislike. But my thing is, if Brad Pitt believes in you enough to produce 2 of your movies and star of them, the man's talented, I think. So Andrew Dominik's I'm a huge fan of his, and also the films you mentioned last week of Nicholas Winding Refn, director of Drive, Bronson, Only God Forgives.
That was a good one to bring up too, because I remember I showed my family members Only God Forgives, and they haven't forgiven me for showing. But I think it's brilliant. Yeah. I loved it from beginning to end. For some reason, like I could have sworn in some parts my heart was racing, and I was like, "Whoa, wow!" Do the anticipation, and everything, but yeah, like I said, some families still haven't forgiven me for putting that on the DVD.
The biggest knocks are like, "Oh, you're just saying like that because you just want to be an art house film guy."
No, and that's what I got. Like, "Whoa, sorry that we're not all artsy." I'm like, "No, but it's not even about that."
Good movie. So it's super talented. 2 super talented directors. It's completely underrated. The likes of like the Michael Bays, the Brett Ratners, the Bryan Singers. Guys who get like a little too much credit, I think, or even the J.J. Abrams.
Michael Bays.
Yeah, these diamonds in the rough here are producing movies. Again, Andrew Dominik, Kill Them Softly, Assassination of Jesse James. If Brad Pitt believes in you, come on, people. Yeah. If Brad Pitt believes in the guy, come on. Facts. So, again, those movies are 5 out of 5 sugar packets.
Wow. And that's true. That's honestly. Yeah. I didn't want to talk about any wrestling this week.
Okay, actually, I kind of did, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
I'm really upset. So,
well, it's nothing to do with like the current products. I'm kind of behind on it, but I was a little binge watching the W Network this week, or the network as it's said now. Watching the program, The Countdown.
They have a good countdown.
And one of them kind of caught my attention was the most, I guess, infamous Intercontinental Champions, which is a good list. Mr. Perfect, then Chris Jericho was number 1, Honky Tonk Man. Jeff Jarrett was number 10. I was really surprised.
Wow.
But right in the middle of the countdown, he was number 6 or number 5, was Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes?
Yes.
Already?
Yes. And even like they had they had the wrestlers kind of do talk about it. I think Alex Ryder's like, Cody Rhodes, how do you make this countdown?
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm kind of like, I like the countdown, but sometimes it's kind of, come on, it was a little too obvious. You kind of throw him in there.
Come on.
But I was my little bone to pick. Of all the guys, you could have had like Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels or Diesel. No, Cody Rhodes at all. Yeah. And it kind of made me mad too how they're kind of like, oh, he's the original, he's going off his own name, but yet they completely ignore the whole Stardust gimmick, which is completely taking off his brother.
Now,
So, anyways, but that was kind of like my little, I guess my grind my gears segment since Guillermo's not here today.
So that was great. The only thing I wanted to talk about, which goes into waiting for coffee. I'm a huge Pixar fan. Yeah. Right. Matter of fact, I think any other animation film out there is garbage. I mean, in CGI talk, not actual animation, because my neighbor Totoro and stuff, that's genius stuff. But I'm a big Pixar fan. I hate Shrek and all that stuff. I mean, I don't think they can even come close.
Big DreamWorks fan.
I hate DreamWorks. But anyways, I saw Big Hero 6. And guess what, people? And I mean, everyone hyped it up for me. Yeah. Albert, you're gonna love it. This and that.
Didn't it win Best Picture? Animated picture.
Yeah, but guess what?
What?
It was better than The Incredibles. But still, that doesn't say enough.
Well, it's not a Pixar movie though. It's Disney Studios, right? Yeah. It's Disney Studios.
Yeah, it's a Disney Studio. But that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to compare it to Pixar.
Oh, okay.
And what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't even. I mean, I give every Pixar movie a 5, except for The Incredibles. And I think this one just barely got it.
It's kind of funny too. A little bit with the whole. John Lasseter's now the head of Disney or something like that. But obviously he's the heart of Pixar. But is it kind of seem like Disney Animation Studios is kind of beating Pixar in the dust a little bit right now? With them in
the numbers,
Rapunzel,
yes.
Frozen, this Big Hero 6 did really good. Wreck-It Ralph did pretty good. And now with Frozen, I mean, with Pixar, to me personally, they're just kind of treading over stuff. I mean, Cars 2, Toy Story 4, Finding Dory. I mean, can they not have any original? They don't have any original ideas anymore at Pixar.
It kind of feels like that.
Where's Guillermo del Toro when we need him?
I know,
he's a Mr. Disney here.
That's why their latest film that they're gonna make. It's about like the inside of a human, the way it works, and that's like almost way out there. And I think that's they know where their genre lies, somewhere where it's original ideas, and I think they're laying off the 4s and 3s and 7s. So that's good. But keep in mind that Planes was not a Pixar film.
Oh, but it was from the world of Cars. It was green-lighted by John Lasseter, so he takes the blame for that one. But I didn't see it. Guillermo said it was horrible, but he is the kid expert here.
Yeah,
so.
he is.
Anything else? Is that it?
No, that was it.
Spectrum Vida. I like it. Short and sweet. Even if you're on the treadmill for like 15 minutes, just listen to us, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Coming up next, Fire on MMA. Yep. If you're into MMA, watch it. We got some boxing on there. So,
Ronda Rousey. If you like Ronda Rousey, you listen to that.
Cool too,
so thank you. Stick around.
Time to get grimy.
You are entering the championship rounds. The Babysitter Stars resigns from the UFC and is the organization's biggest star to blame. Two surprising names have been pegged as new tough coaches, and is CM Punk finally realizing he may be over his head. This is 5 Round MMA. Co-host Albert Cida. Albert, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. We're flying duel again.
Our other co-host, executive producer Guillermo Cida, is not here to take care of some coaching business. He's a coach, but unlike little WWE news, he's not like Bill DeMont, like bullying the kids.
Hopefully
right?
not.
Hopefully not. Like I said, today's show we're going to talk about a lot of topics, and also look forward to UFC 185, I believe, right? 185.
Yeah, we're at 185.
So I want to jump right into it now. Burt Watson retires.
Supposedly.
From the UFC report surfaced.
If you read the dirt sheets, he was forced out.
Yeah, so he's basically babysitter to the stars. He calls himself, right? He makes sure this is what the scheduled time you're supposed to be here. Babysitter to the stars. Basically.
Yeah.
So reports.
If you watched any of UFC Embedded or behind the scenes or when Dana White used to do his video logs, you would always see Burt Watson back there. You hear him. You'll know who he is once he says the catchphrase.
The liaison to the fighters, right? So reports surfaced about an incident involving Mark Munoz of all people a few days after UFC 184, and then again later on the week, reports surfaced that it was actually a member of Ronda Rousey's entourage and Watson himself get an altercation, and then when Watson confronted Dana White and the UFC brass about it, that they sided with Ronda Rousey. And that's Watson's feelings. Well, not feelings are hurt, but his pride was hurt. For how many years? Then he quits. But those are reports, rumors going around. What are your thoughts on it?
If it is true, it is pretty sad. Yeah. One, because it was Ronda Rousey's entourage. It wasn't necessarily the fighter itself. Yeah. So if it is true, they should always back up their employees. They don't owe nothing to Ronda Rousey's entourage. Yeah. They owe something to Ronda Rousey, but not necessarily the entourage. So that's kind of upsetting to me. I know if you read the Twitter comments and if you hear anybody speak about Burt Watson in the passing before he was let go or he dismissed, retired. Everybody talked nothing but 100. All I read was 100% positive stuff. I mean, Rashad Evans says, I think I remember seeing an interview. He said the only thing since when he had that long layoff, he said the one thing I miss is hearing Burt Watson's voice say, it's time or whatever. So it's upsetting that if it is true, because they don't owe nothing to the entourage.
What kind of maybe a little suspicious about this story was first it was Mark Munoz.
Yeah, and Mark Munoz doesn't seem like the type to really blow things out of proportion, so especially when you.
Maybe it wasn't juicy enough of a story. So no, it's Ronda Rousey and her entourage. Kind of like maybe piled up the story a little more. And then Burt Watson was making the rounds on MMA Circus saying that there was an incident, but he didn't specify what it was. So maybe it leads to the Ronda Rousey entourage. Maybe it's not. Who knows? But
yeah, because I'll tell you right now, if it was Mark Munoz, I'm pretty sure Mark Munoz will get cut.
So we shall see. I wonder. Interesting to see if Dana White or Fertitta's even bother to acknowledge it.
Yeah, make a statement or something.
But right
Hey, I'll give this to WWE. They make a statement really fast, and they're not scared to make a statement on stuff that are just rumors. Yeah. Which I give them kudos because, like as all these companies, you always have to wait a month, maybe even like a couple.
I think it is for the W because they are publicly traded too. So.
Yeah, that's true too. They're private. I mean, they got no one. They got no one to report
private
to.
As private can get, right? So next one, NBC's back in the boxing business.
Yeah, network. I actually saw the boxing matches. Yes, I did.
It was the first time that boxing was on network television, like 30 plus years. So I want to, is this the right move for NBC, or should they maybe just focus solely on the World Series of Fighting, which they have on the sports network, and I think occasionally they'll have a couple World Series of Fighting cards sprinkled into the network. Do you think they're wasting time with boxing, or is this a good move?
No, I actually 100% agree with this move, and I'll tell you why. When you see a product heading down into deep waters, you can do two things. You let that thing sink, or you try to catch it when it's very low. That way you get buy low, sell high. Yeah, exactly. It's that type of. I think it was that type of mentality, and I think they saw the writing on the wall. They said boxing is pretty much after this Pacquiao, whatever. It's pretty much going to be done unless we can scoop up and become now known as the boxing. No, not even the boxing. The combat sport channel, or the sports channel, because they do have NASCAR now too. So I think it was designed that they're going to be known as the sports channel, and they can steal away a lot of thunder from Fox, because Fox is known as the sports channel if you really think about it. Yeah, but it takes a big thing, but I think it was a smart move. I saw the boxing match. The production was awesome. Yeah. The fights were entertaining. I saw nothing but positives. I didn't see one negative other than the fact that you only saw two bouts. But keep in mind that in boxing you go 12 rounds, so it's kind of lengthy. So this is a good move? I think good or bad for World Series of Fighting? It's bad in a way that now they don't have the full concentration, but it's good because the more because you get all the fans into it, and then maybe they can have a setup where World Series of Fighting and boxing me, and maybe can overlap the fans.
I like that. So next one, the new tough Latin American coaches were announced. But to my surprise, Kevin Gastelum and Efrain Escudero were pegged as coaching a group of lightweights and welterweights against each other. They will not fight.
Yeah. It's going to be like one of them old school.
Yeah, so are you surprised by these two guys? Because obviously Kevin Gastelum is super talented, but he's having trouble making weight. Kind of Dana White's doghouse. As of right now, he's banned from the welterweight division. And also, Efrain Escudero has been cut from the UFC, 3 or 4 times already now?
Yeah, he's been bouncing back and forth.
So, but both are former tough winners. So are you surprised by this now? Or are the benefit of the doubt because the only two guys probably speak Spanish?
I honestly thought that when I heard it, I was like, whoa, that's a pretty bold move. Yeah. So I do think it's a bold move, but then again, like you said, I think Kevin Gastelum, I don't think his Spanish is up to par. Yeah. So that's kind of weird. I know Efrain Escudero, his Spanish is on par, but I think they were trying to go the younger route and maybe the story more because these guys are tough winners. Yeah. What about like Eric Perez? When they want to build him up, or is he maybe not credible enough? Maybe as to be a tough coach. I think he would have been the tough coach if he would have continued that good spree he had. But he kind of hit a couple of bump roads, and maybe they're not too into cashing him in so early.
I was kind of surprised that they were
I was surprised that's who they ended up picking, but they're two good fighters, and there is a story there. Yeah. So I guess
it will air on UFC Fight Pass, but we'll air live on I think stations in Mexico and Latin America. So we shall see. So, CM Punk, the best in the world, quote unquote, took part in a glorified sparring session over at Rufus Sport, complete with a small crowd and everything. Punk took on an amateur fighter, and according to the head coach Duke Rufus, if the fight was being scored, Punk would have lost. Yeah. But that there was potential there. So, my question is to you: should we make a big deal out of this, and are we overreacting to anything CM Punk right now?
I think we're overreacting. Some fighter tweeted out like, "Oh, congratulations! You do something that we do almost every other day." Yeah. Which is true. I mean, if you look at these MMA fighters, I mean, I heard Cain Velasquez and DC do spar each other all the time. Yeah. So, and I'm pretty sure it goes either or. I mean, maybe one day DC gets the better of Cain, and Cain gets the better of DC. I'm pretty sure it's like that in every gym. So I think we are playing into it too much. If anything, I think we should just listen to Duke Rufus, who said that he saw potential there. Yeah. I'm pretty sure if he would have got killed in his live sparring, I mean, I'm pretty sure it would deflated everybody. Yeah. But yeah, I think just because it's CM Punk, people kind of overhyped it. Yeah. I mean, I would be more excited when I hear like, Cain Velasquez and DC are going to spar on Tuesday. I'll watch the live stream on that.
Are you surprised that that's the first time I heard that they actually had a small crowd in there? Like they wanted to emulate a live fight style. Have you heard that before? I've never heard that before.
No. But I have heard fighters that say, "Hey, if you want to come check us," I remember for the longest time when they were talking about Rory Mack and GSP, they were like, "Dude, just come to TriStar. We roll around all the time."
That's kind of cool.
So
I like that. Maybe it's a new training method that people should,
Yeah, man, I'll gladly pay a ticket to see them. If they're just sparring, I'll watch it.
All right, that's it for the first segment. Coming up, UFC 185. Welcome to the show. We'll talk all about Anthony Pettis and see if he will be the pound-for-pound best fighter after Saturday. So stick around.
Please visit 5roundmma.com on our social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. 5roundmma.com.
Welcome to the show, Albert. That's what they're picking as UFC 185. There's a new hashtag. They're doing with the hashtag time is now.
Yeah, time is now is over. Showtime is now.
All right, so UFC 185, we're going to talk about that. But first, I want to apologize for my audio in the last segment. If I was a little muffy or sounded far away, but we fixed it now. I hope I sound crystal clear because we are missing Steven Ronzo of Ronzo Records. So when he's not around,
things go.
The amateur's running the show. So UFC 185, Pettis versus Dos Anjos, March 14th at the American Airlines Center, Dallas, Texas, United States. Last I heard of Anthony Pettis, he was the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, but I think that went to Ronda Rousey at UFC 184. So Dana White likes to change up whoever's main eventing, right?
It depends who's main eventing, depends who's pound-for-pound. Because if it's John Jones, he's the pound-for-pound. If it's Showtime, he's the pound-for-pound. If it's even Hendon Brow, who isn't the champion, he's pound-for-pound.
Well, rightfully so. I mean, he is a promoter, right? People forget that. So your thoughts on Dos Anjos? Kind of came out of nowhere a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all still a little bit shocked over that Benson Henderson knockout. I mean, I always thought Rafael Dos Anjos was a good fighter.
Yeah.
He was an exciting fighter, but nowhere did I see him KOing Benson Henderson.
Yeah.
But to tell you the truth, when I really think about this matchup and I really try to picture him like going at it, almost doing my own UFC,
EA Sports in your mind?
Yeah.
EA, UFC?
Yeah, in my head. I don't see him beating Anthony Pettis, though. I mean, Anthony Pettis, I have a scary thought that he's going to be even better in this fight. And if he stops Dos Anjos in the first round, oh, man.
He might be the most well-rounded fighter in the UFC, you think?
Yeah.
Anthony Pettis, yeah.
If he beats him in the first round in one of his spectacular Showtime finishes, hands down, I'll be the first one to say he's the pound-for-pound champion.
Also, on this card, it's a pretty good card, I think. 2 title defenses. Anthony Pettis defending his lightweight title. Also, Carla Esparza defending her women's cookie monster against Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not going to even
try. Your boy, Matt Brown, going with Johnny Hendricks. Also, Overeem against Roy Nelson, Sam Stout, Ross Pearson.
And I quit match.
Yeah, our good friend Darren Kirchink is on the card. Also, Anthony Pettis' little brother Sergio Pettis is on the card as well. So it should be a nice card. And also, a favorite here of 5 Round MMA, former guest, Elias Theodore.
Yep.
The best hair in MMA.
Yeah, he's going to make that event pretty good looking.
Makes you mad because they put him on the bottom. I don't like it. He needs to be.
He's pay-per-view quality.
He's pay-per-view quality. Yeah. Also, at least Fox Sports quality, I think. So I want you to do a new part we're gonna play here for every major pay-per-view. I want you to give me Sunday morning headline, the day after UFC 185. What are all the headlines gonna say? Give me one.
It's gonna be pretty easy. It's gonna be Showtime is now.
The Showtime is now. I like it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I'm telling you, Anthony Pettis is gonna wow us.
Yeah, I like mine better. The show goes on.
Oh, that's pretty good.
A little corny, but I like it. I think. I just think Anthony Pettis might be the most well-rounded fighter. Definitely with the champs, I think. Obviously, he's known for his striking because he keeps showing the highlights of the Showtime kick. Even though he's only done it once. But his last few fights have all been, submission on the ground tactics. So that's one of the points. They don't even highlight his jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah.
So I think, most of them, obviously, Johnny Hendricks and Matt Brown should be. I'm hoping it might be the show stealer. I'm hoping that Matt Brown is going to entice Hendricks to see the old Hendricks and just get a slobber knocker. Don't you want a slobber knocker?
I kind of don't.
You don't?
I kind of want Johnny Hendricks to go in there and do what he does best. 1-2, and it's out.
Yeah, and also Alistair Overeem, Roy Nelson is this kind of winner.
Winner stays in UFC, loser goes to Bellator. I'm pretty sure that's the bout, and they should do the stipulation now.
Yeah, well, we shall see. I think we'll have our picks on our social media pages, so make sure.
Yeah, check out that SpectrumVida.com. You can
also
see
as well.
You can see our picks too there.
Until then, make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 5round MMA. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on iTunes, YouTube, Podomac, and always check out the new SpectrumVida.com to where you can see not only our podcast, but a bunch of different varies of articles, sports, entertainment, lifestyle magazines. And of course, a big thank you to all of our sponsors: Rocking Green eco-friendly cleaning products, 5 Rounds clothing line, and of course the Redemption Martial Arts, RMA Foundation, the movement to stop bullying. Albert, I think that's it, right? Any final words, parting words for the guests?
Just that if you're not following our sponsors or sign up to their emails, you're missing out, because they be sending out some pretty good coupons this last couple of weeks.
Especially Rocking Green stuff. A bunch of stuff you can do, like contests, stuff like that. So
so you guys are missing out, and that's good stuff. But yeah, I just thank everybody for listening. Sorry again for the sound. That's what happens when the video guy does the audio. But yeah, thanks everybody for listening.